Hello there. I'm Brandon Barker, and I'll be giving you a short overview of the geography of the Silk Road. Now, the Silk Road, that's the trade route that runs from the area that is the Mediterranean all the way to past India and into China. So it's a very large amount of geography, and we only have a short time to cover it, so we're just going to hit the big points. All right. So, so here's a map that shows the Silk Road. We've got this main route in red, and these are just subsidiary routes. The connecting routes, as the key calls it, and then we've got some that go through Eurasia and the steppes. Now, in the ancient world, this was basically the Roman Empire right here, and this was the Roman Empire around the time of Christ. And over here would have been the old Persian Empire. Right there. Or at least the Parthian Empire. So we'll put a P there for Parthia. And we got an R here for Rome. And then we got the Chinese. And the Chinese, which had many different emperors and dynasties, basically ruled this area here, although their main center of power was in the kind of the Chinese Eastlands here. So, the important parts of the trade route, and I'm going to do these in black, it was especially important right here, along the coast of the Eastern Mediterranean through Israel, and then cutting across through modern-day Iraq. And then here they split off. Some of them went up here along the Hindu Kush. Other ones kept to the basically the center of the Persian Empire. And then they'd split off again from here. Some of them would head down to India, and some of them would head up to China. Very large stretches, lots of desert in this region. And as the Romans took an interest in a lot of goods from India and China, and likewise China took interest in goods from this area right here, which would be Asia Minor. There started to be shipping routes through the ocean right here, or excuse me, the Mediterranean Sea, through Sicily and Rome itself, as well as the Greek cities, Athens. Whole bunch of them, all linked together. Even some from Egypt, because goods from Egypt also got moved. And there's basically the Nile Delta. So this is an enormous area. And we're talking 5,000-6,000 miles. And this was all done with camels, pack animals, horses, etc. And it was absolutely the lifeblood of the connection between cultures and economies for the ancient world. So, a very important piece of history. I hope you've enjoyed this little overview of the geography, and leave it to my partners to be giving you details on the goods and other specifics of the Silk Road.
Hello, my name is Ian Fitzgibbon, and I am going to be talking about some of the different ideas and objects that have been traded amongst the Silk Road. So, as Brandon talked about before with the Silk Road spans across a wide array of terrain and regions, including the Mediterranean, China, and the Middle East. So, the Romans thought that silk was a very popular commodity from China, and they utilized that to the full extent. The woman thought it was a very beautiful item and looked very well with their clothing. And the Chinese exploited that, and their wealth grew from trading this valuable item. The Roman leaders, though, saw silk as an immoral object and tried on various occasions to ban the trade of this item, but on every single attempt it has failed. It was just too popular of an item, and women thought it was very beautiful then. So yeah, the Chinese thought that the horses that came from the Mediterranean were very strong horses and hardier, built stronger than their own horses, and they saw that as a good opportunity to trade for their silk. They wanted horses that could navigate some of the rough terrain of Asia, and yeah. So some of the different ideas that have been traded include the Arabic numerical system that stemmed from India, and it spread to China and the Mediterranean and has a lot of carry weight with what our numerical system is now. If it wasn't for them, we'd probably be still speaking Roman numerals. So another thing has been the spread of Buddhism amongst this road. Traders would spread Greco-Buddhism amongst the different areas that they visit from, and the spread of religion has a lot to do with this road. So the Romans also traded a lot of normal items such as spices and just generic trade goods amongst this road as well, and it has been a very popular road for that reason. So yeah, I'm going to leave it up to the rest of my partners to finish up this video, and yeah,
Hi,
have a
I'm
good day.
Michelle Moore, and I'm going to be administering the short quiz at the end of our video. So here it is. Quiz time. So the first question is, how many routes were shown on Brandon's map in the video? A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, many, but there were only 3 important ones. The correct answer is D. Many routes were on his map, but there were only 3 main ones that he talked about. Next question. Along with Rome and China, what were other empires along the road? What other empire was along the main trade route on the Silk Road? A, the Hellenistic Empire, B, the Parthian Empire, C, the Egyptian Empire, or D, the Babylonian Empire? The correct answer is B, the Parthian Empire. Question number 3. What is one animal that Brandon mentioned was a main carrier of people and goods along the Silk Road? A, elephants, B, camels, C, dogs, D, horses, or E, both B and D? The correct answer is E, both B and D. Horses and camels were both used to carry people and goods along the Silk Road. And occasionally elephants were used also, but that was a very, very rare instance. Question number 4. Which of these items were not commonly traded along the Silk Road? A, horses, B, silk, C, ideas, D, religions, E, all of the above, or F, none of the above? The correct answer is F. None of the above were not commonly traded. All of these items were usually traded very commonly between point A and point B. Question number 5. Where did Greco-Buddhism spread from? A, Rome, B, Asia, or C, the Middle East? The correct answer is Asia. So, quick recap. The Silk Road was a huge trade route that connected the Roman Empire and the Chinese empires. It also carried much more than silk, but that was the main good that was transported between the two areas. There were many animals that helped people get from point A to point B, including camels, which is really cool. And another thing is that the Greco-Buddhism was a cultural connection between the Hellenistic cultures and Buddhism, and it originated in Asia. So that's all we have for the Silk Road. Thanks.
And that concludes our group's digital story lesson on the Silk Road. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you learned a lot, and I hope to see you next time.